All right, so Jay, sticking with the NFL, one of the biggest games of the week was the rivalry game. Dallas Cowboys in Washington, fresh off of a guaranteed victory by Mike McCarthy and a bad mistake, quote unquote, which was what Ron Rivera's response to what Mike McCarthy said. So Dallas 4-point favorite coming into this game. One of my bonus picks. I wish I would have exchanged them for one of the.
I was going to say that. That was a bonus pick.
Yeah, that was a toughie. That was a toughie.
Yeah, owned.
Yeah. And Dallas ends up winning this game 27-20. They went up pretty big early and we saw this quite a bit. But then the team came back after the starting quarterback had been injured. So whatever that meant for this week. But anyhow, in this game, Dak was not very good. I don't have his stats in front of me, but I do know that
22 for 39, 211, a touchdown and 2 picks. And those picks were ugly.
And he's thrown 5. He threw 5 picks in his first 8 games, and now has thrown 5 picks in his last 4. So with how Dak looked yesterday, Jay, can the Cowboys win with this version of Dak Prescott?
No. You put them against a good team, they're going to be in trouble. Look. They lost to Las Vegas in overtime and Kansas City in a 19-9 stinker. Then they came back and won 2 games. The Saints, which has a really good defense, but they have no offense, so no. And then Washington, which they almost let them come back, but they won. But the thing is that defense is doing all the work. Michael Parsons, Defensive Rookie of the Year, as we said. Hell, he might win Defensive Player of the Year the way he's playing.
I didn't think about that. That's true. That's true.
He might double dip. He's playing so good, but the Cowboys can't expect to win with Dak playing the way that he's playing. He's not performing at quarterback that we expected. Like, I'm a big Dak supporter. I'm a Dak apologist. You will hear me always say that Dak is underrated because he's underappreciated. But the last couple games ain't it. And I think it is really him coming back from injury because he's been not very good since he came back from injury. If you notice, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I noticed that the first game.
Yeah, and ever since then, it just looks like there's something lingering with him. So I'm wondering if he's still hurt, but he's playing, and he's just trying to get past it because he just doesn't look comfortable. And then some of his passes are erratic. He's overthrowing receivers, and he's throwing it right to the defense. I mean, that pick he threw right over Lamb's head, and it went literally to the safety's chest.
It was terrible.
It was like the safety was wide open. I agree. The safety was wide open, but they wore the wrong colors. Like, this ain't a situation where you can bring your own warming seats and everybody's not going to trip on or make a big deal. You threw it to the defender. And so it just does not look like he's comfortable. So I don't know what they're going to do. Good thing, like I mentioned, their defense is doing all the work for them, but Dak's got to get back on track for them to be better. I mean, he's through 56% in this game. This is not since he came back from injury and those losses, 5 yards per play against KC, 8 against the Las Vegas, but then 6 and 5.5, and he was throwing over 9 on a consistent basis before that. So I just think that Dallas, there's something wrong with Dak and their offense.
I'm going to say that it is fair to say that you can win with this version of Dak.
Really?
But in order to do that, Dallas is going to have to do something that they do not want to do, and without a certain player, they are not going to be able to do.
Oh, I know what that is.
Here's what we've seen this year. We've seen the Chiefs totally remake themselves. Defense first, run the ball second, pass when we need to. We've seen the Patriots, who in a sense have made a living off of this in the playoffs and the regular season throughout Belichick's tenure. Defense first, run the ball, throw when we need to. You see where I'm getting at?
Yep.
The Dallas Cowboys need to focus on defense first, and they can do it. Now that they're healthy with Randy Gregory and Tank Lawrence, defense first, run the ball, pass when you need to. But it's that number 2, running the ball, that's the problem. Because in this game, Zeke, who historically has just torched and run right through Washington, 12 carries, 45 yards. They need Tony Pollard back and healthy, and they need to go ahead and give him his 14 to 15 carry. Give him more carries than Zeke and make him, in a sense, the de facto foundation of your run game. Make that the cornerstone of your offense. And then Dak can throw when he needs to because he's got Pro Bowlers to throw the ball to. But like you said, he's not right, and he's probably not going to get right until he can get into the offseason to rest and recuperate and get whatever treatment he needs for that calf. So, yes, they can win with this version of Dak, but they got to become a running team. And I don't think that's not –
It's not sexy enough.
It's not exciting enough.
It's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
I'm not having fun.
No fun.
I'm not having enough fun.
Just-
Because Jerry wants this offense to be like the Kansas City offense
Yes.
we've seen the last 3 years, and it's obvious their pace is up higher than it should be. They're a power run offense with a quarterback that can make the magic happen when you really need to make the magic happen. And like you said, yeah, they deviated away from it, but at the same time, it's just they can't run, period. I mean, Corey Clement ran 13 carries for 44 yards, so he had more carries than Zeke.
Yes.
Then you have Zeke, who had
Good.
12 carries for 45 yards, which may be the reason why they did do well, but they only averaged 3.5 yards a carry as like 5 people ran the ball.
And the Washington run defense has been good, but
Yeah.
you got to go run first now.
No, 100%. But outside of that, their defense is literally everything. So
Yes.
I agree. The way they've shifted this year from last year, they literally are like they're a defensive juggernaut. Like Diggs almost got another pick. I will be surprised if he doesn't break the record.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, he had like 4 opportunities, which is kind of depressing that he didn't get them. So I don't know on that one. But with that, Jimmy, let's talk about my Buccaneers.
Yes.
Buffalo.